Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Al Jazeera, Moldovan Prime Minister Alexandru Munteanu has unexpectedly resigned from office, triggering the immediate resignation of his entire government. Munteanu, who had been in office since November following the September 2025 parliamentary elections, stated that he stepped down because he could no longer fulfill his mandate in accordance with his principles and convictions. His resignation comes amid mounting public and political pressure over a corruption scandal involving the state-owned aviation enterprise, Moldova. Allegations have emerged regarding questionable governance, a falsified resume by the company's director, and the controversial appointment and subsequent salary inflation of a cousin of President Maya Sandu. President Sandu denied that Munteanu's governance had been restricted, expressing that she had hoped for greater involvement from him in difficult decisions. She confirmed that Munteanu will act in an interim capacity until a new prime minister is appointed next week following consultations with parliamentary groups. As a candidate for European Union membership, Moldova continues to navigate political divisions between pro-European factions and those seeking closer ties with Moscow. According to a report by Thai Sounds, the Japanese cabinet approved a measure on July 3 to impose temporary anti-dumping duties on cold-rolled nickel-based stainless steel strip and cold-rolled stainless steel sheets imported from China and Taiwan. The new tariffs, ranging from 3.6% to 42.1%, will take effect on July 9th and remain in place until November 8, 2026. The duties targeting China will exclude Hong Kong and Macau. The decision follows a joint investigation launched in July last year by Japan's Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry and the Ministry of Finance. The probe preliminarily determined that the dumping of these steel products has caused material injury to Japan's domestic steel industry. Consequently, a government advisory panel recommended that imposing these temporary measures is appropriate. The affected products are defined as alloy steel containing more than 10.5% chromium and more than 0.6% nickel by weight. According to a report by Lanhee Zoabao, the Strait of Hormuz is becoming a focal point of geopolitical and economic tension as Iran seeks to reshape maritime rules in the vital waterway. Geographically, the strait's narrowest point is entirely covered by the overlapping territorial waters of Iran and Oman, leaving no actual high seas passage. While a temporary framework agreement signed in June 2026 allowed merchant ships free passage for 60 days, the future remains highly uncertain after the trial period ends in mid-August. Experts suggest that even if Iran avoids direct transit fees, it will likely demand payments disguised as safety, mine clearing, or environmental service fees. Oman has proposed a voluntary service fee structure, but Iran's plan is more coercive, requiring registration and charging fees pegged to oil volume. Although these developments have sparked concerns over whether other vital waterways like the Malacca Strait might implement similar charges, maritime security experts believe a domino effect is unlikely. Nonetheless, the shipping industry remains on high alert as any permanent or compulsory fees would inevitably drive up freight rates, leading to higher consumer costs and a restructuring of global supply chains. According to GG Press, 6 months have passed since the U.S. Trump administration launched its attack on Venezuela, an intervention justified under the banner of anti-drug operations that shocked the world by detaining a sitting president on narco-terrorism charges. However, reports show these military actions have yielded no real results, with cocaine availability and prices in the United States remaining virtually unchanged. Facing declining approval ratings and the upcoming midterm elections in November, President Trump has reportedly set his sights on Cuba as his next target. The administration has already tightened sanctions and effectively cut off Cuba's oil supply since late January. Experts suggest that Trump may resort to further aggressive actions in Latin America to boost his domestic political standing, despite widespread criticism of international law violations and the lack of progress in stabilizing Venezuela. According to a report by Al Jazeera, Julian Nagelsmann has agreed to step down as the head coach of the German national football team following their early exit from the 2026 World Cup. The German Football Association, DFB, announced the decision on Friday, just 4 days after Germany suffered a stunning defeat to Paraguay, losing 4-3 on penalties in the round of 32. Nagelsmann, whose contract was set to run until the 2028 European Championship, reportedly agreed to a severance package of approximately €7 million after a meeting at DFB headquarters in Frankfurt. The defeat marks Germany's third consecutive disappointing World Cup campaign, having failed to progress past the group stage in both 2018 and 2022. The DFB has confirmed that discussions will begin with former Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, who is their preferred candidate to succeed Nagelsmann. Klopp, who currently serves as Red Bull's global head of football, has previously expressed a willingness to take over the national team post. He remains highly popular in Germany and possesses a release clause that would facilitate the move. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.